Good evening, everyone. I am Chaitanya Sheth.
Hello everyone, I'm Shantini Ghosh.
We welcome you all to the last day of Career Days 2021. It is a joyous occasion for all of us today as Kareli, the Math Club of MTTS alumni, turns 1.
Also, a great mathematician and a visionary educationist, Professor S. Kumaresan, turned 71. We wish you a very happy birthday, sir, and we pray for your well-being and health.
Thank you.
The event commences with the birthday celebration of Karelif. Karelif is an organization that came into life during the COVID times, and it has been running successfully since the past year in a completely online mode.
Let us take a sneak peek into Curry Leaf's journey so far. The members of Curry Leaf were generous enough to come forward and share their experiences. Due to time constraints, we will only present a small glimpse of the entire video. You can watch the entire video on Curry Leaf's YouTube channel.
Club of MTTS alumni is fondly named Curry Leaf. It is actually an idea that connects MTTS alumni across the country through several activities. All started with Jyoti asking Kumaresan Sir for an interview. It took almost 2 weeks to prepare for a rough blueprint. And then it was presented to Kumaresan Sir after some discussions with Jyoti, Manmohan, Alapan and Sangeeta. We had a meeting with Kumaresan Sir for almost 2.5 hours. He listened to all the details patiently. In the first week of November 2020, MTTS Trust acknowledged the idea and became a support for the initial days.
Namely Constructibility and Old Enigma by Professor Bharti Ma'am. So basically, some of my friends have attended his particular talks at the Vidya Mandir, and I got very good feedback regarding his lectures and methodology that he follows.
Firstly, we were thinking of inviting the MTTS alumni. So Sangeeta, one of the Curry Leaf member, she knew about Professor Mandar Khasmis, and so she approached him. Then we got to know about, we knew Vikram Sir also, and we got to know that Vikram Sir and Mandar Sir both are batchmates of MTTS. So we thought that why can't we just combine their talks and put it in one event? And
we have a member in our Curry Leaf team, his name is Meghana. So he has attended the same talk, the same topic by the same professor in his bachelor's days in his institute. And he suggested us that the talk given by this Professor Shameek was very nice. Professor Shameek could not complete the talk, so he suggested us that we should invite him here and he should give a talk on this Chomsky's theorem, and he will complete here.
Okay, so this talk was really one of the interesting talks that the Curry Leaf team organized. It deals with how music and maths interact, the way Professor Purna Prajna Bangare, or I'll tell Purna. So how how Professor Purna used the ideas from category theory and explained how the music, generality of music, either it's Western or classical, how can we see that as one music using mathematics is something really interesting. We came to know about Professor Purna and his work through Professor Kumaresan. Kumaresan wanted to have Purna talk about this at some point. Fortunately, Curry Leaf team wanted to turn this thought into action. So we are, with the help of Kumaresan introducing us to Purna, and then we reached out to Purna, right? Professor Purna, and this is how it started.
And our club seniors, they tried to delve into number theory this time. So they decided, the core team decided that let us approach professors who are experienced in the field of number theory. And especially when we approached Vivekananda sir and asked him to give a talk in any topic of number theory, and we asked him to specially choose the topic so that the undergraduate students could relate to it. So he chose infinitude of primes.
The idea was the root of the idea was started just after the main camp this year. So in the main camp, what we have is in the last week. So it's a 3-week program, and in the last week, some participants are selected and they give a chalk and board presentations. But since this online camp, it was not possible, but still we wanted to have the student seminar. So I think the idea came up with Satya sir. So he wanted to have a online student seminar sort of thing, and then we had a meeting, and it started from there.
Hi everyone, I'm Nandana P. I was a part of the organizing team of the virtual Math Talk series, and we conducted a talk by Dr. Tanushree Kandai.
We learned a lot of skills from our colleagues. Like I personally learned poster making things, video editing with my teammates.
So I learned the poster making part. So I did not know how to make the posters and anything. So while organizing this, I thought this time I'll try this. So I did not know anything about it, and I joined Curryleaf in early December. So all were new members. I did not know many people there, but obviously they were MTTS alumni. So they helped me that what all are platforms for this poster making, and I explored them. So yeah, as Kumaresan Sir say that if you can't run, just walk. If you can't walk, crawl. So I just tried crawling.
My knowledge about music is very less. I listen to good music, but not from a musical aspect, like musical theoretical aspect. However, I wanted to understand some of those. I do like math. I do understand math, but understanding music is something that I wanted to do, but I haven't tried. This talk told how music and mathematics goes hand in hand, and it kind of gave a confidence to explore musical theory from a mathematical point of view. It gave a confidence and a quick introduction. This talk introduced me what is the difference between Indian classical music, either it be Carnatic or Hindustani, and what's the difference between difference in comparison to the Western music. And that's something that I didn't know, and I'm happy that I got to know this difference. What is the fundamental difference between these two things?
One thing I was really, really happy, surprised, amazed by the presentation skills of the participants, because they were all, most of them were BSc final year, second year, final year, and MSc just about to join MSc first year in August. So we can all say, okay, they're all bachelor students, but the amount of maturity they showed in their presentation skills, I was really surprised. Like I really thought about my presentation skills when I was a student, bachelor student. So they were very clear. They went ahead with MTTS methodology. By that I mean that none of them simply presented a theorem and its proof. So they all started with examples, then the motivation, and then they arrived at a And then they arrived formulated the theorem. So that is one good experience with the VSSP program.
It was a different experience for me, working with people whom I've never met before from different parts of the country, and that too in an online platform.
It is always nice to interact with good friends, and I guess Karilif is a place for that. So join and enjoy. Thanks.
A club of MTTS alumni where students from BSc to postdoc are there, where from each and everybody you learn a lot of things, where each and everyone gives a lot of respect to other people. Yeah.
Because I had not met Manmohan or the other organizing members till now physically. So again, as a team coming together without knowing each other, just meeting online, chatting on WhatsApp, we were able to organize successfully this event.
In a single line, Karilif provided me the platform, not just to do the kind of math outreach that I wanted to do, but also to kind of create a platforms where quality discussions about math happens, and quality discussions about math educations do happen. So I'm really happy and curious about how the club would evolve.
I feel very thankful for this opportunity where I could utilize my potentials and creativity. I am also happy for having a wonderful memory to cherish.
I came to know about this idea of a math club of MTTS alumni from Tomogno. I met Tomogno in OFCM 2020. Sometime in the beginning of November 2020, he called me and told me about Curry Leaf, which was just formed. And he only invited me to join the club, and I did. Overall, I mean, Curry Leaf is doing a pretty good job, I must say. And I hope we will have many more energetic members for upcoming MTTS from the upcoming MTTS camps, and will grow eventually. Thank you.
I hope this was something that you all enjoyed. Now, I would like to welcome one of the members in Kumaresan Sir's life, Dr. Abhijit Champanerkar, to give his views on about today's event and on some remarks on Kumaresan Sir's birthday. Over to you, Abhijit sir.
Hi, can you all hear me fine?
Yes.
Good. Well, thank you, Chaitanya, and Priyanka, and all the other organizers of Curry Leaf. This is really a great initiative that you have launched, and thank you for inviting me for this celebration for 1 year of Curry Leaf and Kumaresan Sir's 71st birthday. So he's really in the prime of his age, and many happy returns of the day. So I am really very happy that you all are doing this celebration for his birthday. I have been associated with Kumaresan Sir for many years, about when I did my master's at Bombay University in way back in 1995 to 1997. But I have kept in touch with him throughout, and many of the things which he taught us, mathematics, presentations, and many other things, have really stayed with me throughout my career. And even now when I teach, I do remember those lessons, what he had taught me, and how what a great teacher he is. So I really feel very fortunate to have spent so much time with him. I attended two MTTS programs back about maybe 95, 96. And being at Bombay University with him was like going through an MTTS like all the time. So we really were very, very lucky to have spent that time with him. And this curry leaf, I remember where the idea came from and how he used that very nice example to prove certain things. And I really feel this idea that you put in some idea, put in some concept and pull it out, and it really enriches the whole thing. And I really feel Kumaresan Sir himself is like a curry leaf, that he came into our lives and just enriched this, and then we all moved along. So on that note, I wish Kumaresan Sir happy birthday, and also happy Diwali to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhijit sir.
We have amongst us Professor C.S. Aravinda. I would like to invite Professor C.S. Aravinda to say a few words about Professor Kumaresan. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you invited me to say a few words, but it's impossible to say a few words about Kumaresan. So I might indulge myself and say a few more words than just few words. First of all, very warm, first birthday of curry leaf. I came to know only a couple of days ago when I received this mail from Priyanka. Thank you so much for the invitation. And I'm a great admirer of Kumaresan. So let me just indulge before, it is so difficult in some sense to say a few words. So I decided to write up a few things and then just read. Even then I had to scribble a little bit. I have made some attempt, and I would like to just read and share my, some of my fondest memories of my life, and that is with Kumaresan. So the presence of, also, first of all, let me start with the warmest greetings to Kumaresan on his 71st birthday. And I take the same the opportunity to also wish his wife Kalai, because she's a great pillar of support to Kumaresan in his life, as I know. The presence of Kumaresan around you is like that of a guardian angel who is very caring and has practical, real-life solution suggestions to help you out of the difficult situations you land yourself in. He is quick, almost spontaneous, on the uptake, and his keen sense of discernment of the situation deeply reflects his commitment to the cause that you approached him for. The most gratifying thing about Kumaresan is that he does not expect reciprocation in return. In simple terms, his sincerity and selflessness shines through in all your association with him. The above observation that I have just summarized is born out of my personal acquaintance with Kumaresan ever since I first met him, and that was in October 1985, so about 36 years ago. So just a little more than half of his present age. And since this invitation for me to speak and share my memories of my friendship with him, it is imperative that some of my past has to figure in my recollection, as both are, inseparably intertwined. My first memory of meeting Kumaresan goes back to October 1985, as I mentioned, on the second floor corridor of the Brahmagupta hostel. I had gone there to explore the possibility of pursuing my PhD with my NBHM scholarship. And that was only the second year of NBHM, and I did not really know exactly how to approach and so on. So anyway, I wanted to go to Mumbai, and I was there. So I was staying at my friend's Guru Prasad's room, and in the evening, Kumaresan came and knocked the door, and I opened it because Guru Prasad was away, and I saw Kumaresan. I saw that's the first memory of my seeing Kumaresan, and seeing a fit, slim, youthful Kumaresan. I could not gauge his age at the time, and I thought he may be just a couple of years older than me. And as my was wont those days, so I asked him how long has he been there in TIFR, and he said 12 years. I then suddenly realized that I'm talking to somebody who is really, really fit, and that is still the case whenever I see Kumaresan even now. The fit, slim, and ever youthful and ever energetic Kumaresan. And it was my great fortune that I eventually ended up in Mumbai for my PhD, and even greater fortune that I came across Kumaresan, who took a congenial disposition towards me. And this feeling, I think, is the experience of every individual who comes closer to Kumaresan, in close contact with Kumaresan. He makes you feel special and is always generous in acknowledging every minutest detail, every minutest small thing that he learned from you. To cite an example, once when I went to his office in TIFR, he was struggling to remove a stapler pin which was not properly pinned. And I just showed him how to use the same staple. And the back there is a small metallic tongue kind of thing sticking out, and how to open it. And he was like a child. He was fascinated. And every time I meet him, he says that I learned it from you. I mean, that's also a kind of hallmark of his personality, that he acknowledges and remembers and make you feel special in the event, in the same thing. And going back in time again, at the same time, another thing I knew about Kumaresan was that he has a great knowledge of the homeopathy medicine, and that's something which I came to know from my friend Guru Prasad. And his insightful forays into practicing homeopathy medicine it matches only his insightful mathematical acumen. I mean, he is that kind of a expert in homeopathy medicine. And I remember in my second year or so, one previous evening, I had a little swollen. I don't know. My cheek was paining slightly, and a little swollen thing. The morning when he just saw me, even without my mentioning to him, he said, "Hey, you have mumps. Usually small children get it, and you have mumps, and I have medicine for you." And he actually prescribed something, and you had to go to a shop called Zoroastrian in Girgaon, and you would go there, and if you just say Dr. Kumar, they would know it as Dr. Kumar, and they would give medicine. So in a sense, I think even with homeopathy, I think he would have made a a very celebrated life as the celebrated mathematician that he is. So coming to mathematical interaction with Kumaresan, again I had to just go back to my little MSc days. And during my MSc, measure theory and differential geometry were my favorite. And I was especially fascinated by differential geometry, and especially when you see that cylinder which is usually curved is actually flat intrinsically, and these kind of images had fascinated me to learn more differential geometry. And when I went to TIFR and Kumaresan's office, I saw this book, Elementary Differential Geometry by Barrett O'Neill. The book I had seen during my MSc, and I could suddenly relate to that book, and I felt at home. Of course, not just Kumaresan's personality, and his book collection also, especially geometry, made me feel at home. And in TIFR, when it's a differential geometry, so usually it's vector bundles, principal bundles, and so on, devoid of any pictures. And for first 1.5 to 2 years, I kind of struggled to come to terms with geometry without pictures. And I was just wondering, this is my passion, how am I going to survive? So it was then that, Kumaresan asked me what book I'm reading. I was looking at Kobayashi no Mizu's first volume, and the second chapter is entirely on connections. And it was so different from the connection that I knew. And then he said, why don't you lecture on the Appendix C, I think, from Milner's book, Characteristic Classes, because he had seen that book in my office. And lecturing before Kumaresan, as you know, is an experience. And he would ask insightful questions, and I struggled to answer. And then he told me after so it was a private seminar, so there were not too many audience, so I wasn't so nervous. So he told me, look, I gave you this exercise because everyone praises Milner's writing very much, but I wanted to say that there are things, you have to learn from pictures and so on. And so then he was, I think he was in the process of thinking of writing this book, Differential Geometry in Lie groups. And I started looking at the notes and so on. And that's how sort of my association with him cemented mathematically. And fortunately, I also had a batchmate, Santanam. Only the two of us. The rest of the people, had taken, other areas of interest, and they were pursuing that. Santanam and I took to geometry, and Kumaresan's presence was a very inspiring and some of the most, how do I say, not just inspiring, a kind of a very warm memory, you can say. I don't know, for want of proper words. And slowly, sort of, when I started working in, ergodic theory and so on, whenever I have had difficulty, as I said, Kumaresan's presence as a guardian angel, you would go to him, and he would immediately sort out the problems. And then when we were learning, then he said, we were also learning something new. And he wanted to kind of know what we were learning. And I was talking about negative curvature and so on. He said, we'll start a seminar in differential geometry. And that was a very, I think, one of the most, beautiful times in my life, because that was perhaps the only time that in India we had a kind of a few differential geometers. We came together. Kumaresan was there, Akhil Ranjan was there in IIT Bombay. Then Ravi Aithal was there, and then Santanam and I. And so, we formed a small group and ran a seminar. And when I lectured once, from what I was reading, Kumaresan would ask some questions. And this time, of course, I was maybe about 4 or 5 years, 4 years into my PhD time, so I could answer more confidently than before. And so the beautiful thing about him is, after the lecture, I went into my office. Kumaresan comes to my office in the evening, and then he says, "You're really, reading a very nice paper, and I really liked your lecture." And those comments that he says, when somebody like Kumaresan says he liked your lecture, that you're on safe grounds, and you feel assured. And this kind of presence of a person, that's why I use the word guardian angel. I don't think I can explain it better. And so he's a mentor, he's a friend. And then, of course, in 1990, during my PhD years, I had to, I went off to Italy for 2 years and came back. And Kumaresan was more firmly established in Bombay University at that time. And the MTTS also had started, I think. But then I returned, and then I had to finish my PhD and stabilize in my life and so on. So I never kind of, got into the MTTS. Otherwise, you would have seen me more. But anyway. But friendship with Kumaresan has always remained. And even now, even just 2 months ago, when I was in a difficult situation or some decision, something had, I would call him, and he would immediately, he never minds. I mean, if I call him 4 or 5 years, it looks as if, he'll just take it as yesterday. And that kind of personality of spontaneous connect and remembering through your life, I think is something, I have taken a lot of time, but as I said, I can't stop talking about Kumaresan. And I'm extremely, immensely grateful for my association with him. And I think I better stop here because, as I open up my memory box, I think thousands of memories come. 36 years of association with him is something very, very special in my life. And I'm immensely grateful. And I take this opportunity to record my deepest gratitude to Kumaresan for enriching my life with his warm friendship, and a very great family man. Maybe I'll just say one thing when I mentioned family man, because the reason why I mentioned family man is because the first thing I saw was that in TFR West Canteen at tea time, there used to be small cakes, something like, small cakes, two types of fruit cakes. And we would always, buy 1 or 2 and eat. So whenever Kumaresan came, he would buy the whole pack because he would take it home and for his children and so on. And that aspect of, a family man, mathematics and things like that, everything endeared, him to me. And I'm very grateful for it. Thank you so much. I took a lot of time But as I said, I can never stop talking about Kumaresan. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Aravinda. Now I would like to invite Professor Ambar Habib for his words.
Okay, hello everyone. So thanks for inviting me here. I was also thinking about a couple of things, and something that Professor Aravinda said also set me off on some trains of thought. One is that this curry leaf name is, I think, especially nice. Of course, there's a technique which Professor Kumaresan has given this name, and it helps you remember that, and it keeps, it helps you think about that when you need it. But also, when we do maths, often we are told maths is logical. It's putting things together, putting bricks together, building something up, and that is one way. But curry leaf brings in the cooking metaphor, and I think that in many ways is so much more attractive than just putting bricks together and making a wall or a room. It has so much more richness, much more elements of creativity, and of, at the end getting something beautiful to appreciate. So I think this is a very happy. I don't know if it's coincidence. Maybe Kumaresan had thought this all out. It's quite likely. So that's one thing. I really appreciate everything that you guys are doing. Your own creativity. It's very impressive, and it's very nice to see what you have done in 1 year. Coming back to Professor Kumaresan, it's very interesting, and if I may say, what I started to think, just today I was teaching limits, and when you teach limits, you have the epsilon by 2 arguments, and then when you want to explain that to a student, you might say something like, if 2 things have to be close to something, then they have to be close to each other, right? And so maybe that is how you might motivate Cauchy sequences, for example. I think Professor Kumaresan also works like that. He draws people to himself, and as we are drawn to Professor Kumaresan, we are also drawn to each other. And so, we get to know so many interesting people simply because we have got involved with Professor Kumaresan and his activities and his friendship. In my own life, I think the first time that he influenced my life, actually, I had no idea that he was influencing my life. I learned about that much later, that it had something to do with him. That's because when I was about to finish my 5-year integrated masters, at the end of the 4th year, I went to TIFR to attend a summer workshop, which was meant for PhD students on Lie groups and their representations and properties. So, and it was a very interesting and some way life-changing experience. It was both very exhilarating because you got to see some beautiful mathematics. It was also somewhat traumatic because it's quite difficult to try to understand these things. And as a master's student trying to understand a lot of things in 3 weeks, I really had a very difficult time. But the notes for that, for the culminating part of that, had Professor Kumaresan's name on them. And though for some reason he wasn't there himself to teach us, but I learned later that the design for that had a lot to do with him. And those notes certainly were there, beautiful notes, things which are, as usual, things which are explained in many more complicated ways in other places. You find a really attractive and efficient presentation when Kumaresan thinks about it. Okay. And in fact, for me and the classmate who were there, this was a life-changing thing because we suddenly saw a fresh set of challenges in the way we could understand mathematics and the kind of mathematics that we could look at. We went back to our institute and spent the next year trying to sort out all the things that we had heard. For him, this became his master's project in the representations of Lie groups, whereas I went more into the function analysis part of it at that time and ended up doing my master's thesis on spectral theory. But both had their roots in that summer that we had. As it turns out, when I did my PhD work, it ended up involving the cohomology of Lie algebras. And again, one of the foundational papers there was by Professor Kumaresan. So at certain key stages, he somehow keeps popping up. And then again, as I became, when I came back to India and was a postdoc, and that was finishing, and I was looking for a job, and had to soon become a proper teacher and so on. Then again, at that time, I was referred to MTTS, and so by great fortune, I got a lot of training through MTTS in how to be a good teacher just months before I actually had to become one. And of course, MTTS for all of us is life changing. I mean, as students, you have seen it. As faculty, we also see it. And it's great to have an opportunity to record all this. One thing that happens in life is that when there's someone you really admire and have affection for, and enjoy their company, when you are face to face with them, you end up not expressing these things because you are just in the moment so much and enjoying and gaining from them, and you forget to tell them what they mean to you. So I'm grateful that Curry Leaf has given me an opportunity to say something in that direction. Professor Kumaresan has impacted my life in many ways, as he has done others. And, I'm hopeful that he'll continue to do so. Every day I learn some other way where he has impacted. Today he forwarded something to me, and I learned that one of the things I'm involved with this project of Indian women and mathematics, and doing something about the participation of Indian women in mathematics in India. One of the key initial activities that we had, which actually was just before I really got involved in it, that was Professor Kumaresan's idea. Okay, so that's in fact something that I just learned today. So this just goes on. It seems that he impacts us in ways that we don't realize. Some are obvious, and some, it seems, just keep happening. So he's that kind of person. And it's just wonderful to know you, Kumaresan, and I'm so glad that I've had these opportunities.
Thank you so much, Professor Ambar Habib, for your kind words. Well, there is a saying, a party without a cake is really just a meeting. To make this event a party, we would now request Professor Kumaresan to come for the cake cutting.
So can all of you see the cake? Yeah, this one was delivered. Elanchearan.
It was Santanam Study idea.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. Perhaps you should translate it.
I told them actually.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. I do not know how to thank all of you. And in fact, due to setting up a computer for my wife, I lost some of the gems you had been talking about. In fact, some of the things are new to me also. Okay. There's a few things which Amber said. Oh, can all of you see that? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So this is my first birthday.
Exactly. I was going to say that.
Okay. I still have to learn to speak.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So should I blow the candle? I think this is to MTTS. The first piece.
Okay. We all take it.
Thank you.
And second piece, the backbone of MTTS, my wife.
Yeah, we all thank her. We all thank her.
Wow. What is this? It's surprise after surprise. The Kalai.
You take, sir, please.
No, you take.
On behalf of MTTS, I will give this to sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Kumar, knife.
I don't think anybody could have celebrated online birthday so much. Kalai, the paper. Yeah. அவருக்கு ஒரு பீஸ் எடுத்து கொடுத்துருங்க. Yeah, Priyanka, I mean, I think I am always proud of my students because apart from mathematics, I seem to train either directly or indirectly in various aspects of life. They think of out of the box, come up with ideas, okay, execute. It's really wonderful the way many of the things that happen. Why there is an echo? Oh, I see. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry I can't give cake to all of you, but it's a virtual. Okay, you can taste it. It's a beautiful. It's a very, very delicious cake. Okay. Yeah.
If we see you eating it, we will feel that, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
You saw me eating, right?
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
Thank you.
It's wonderful.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
No, I should really thank you.
Yeah. Now,
the only thing is I have to make sure that, this kind of love and affection should not get into my head. Okay. I should stay tuned.
We trust you.
Down to earth. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. All of us are having some hidden talent. Apart from mathematics and our studies, we all have some passion, some hobbies that we pursue. Sketching is one such hobby, and it is pursued by one of our Karilift members, Anubrotaa Bhunia. Here, I invite Anubrotaa Bhunia for saying some words and to show what she has prepared. Over to you, Anubrotaa.
It was an honor to actually draw the portrait of.
There is an echo
For Dr. Kumaresan, and it took 12 to 13 hours to draw the portrait.
So, can you present the portrait?
Yes, sure. Here is what Anubrotaa has prepared.
So, sir, you received. We didn't expect you to receive the portrait. So early. We thought it will reach to you on 5th or 6th, but it has reached beforehand. So I'm very happy about it that you can hold it in your birthday on your birthday, and thank you, Karili, for giving me such an opportunity. So, and happy birthday to you, sir.
Thank you. Anubrotaa, I was really surprised. I was asking my wife, how come they ensured it's delivered on sometime like 7 a.m. in the morning, around 8 a.m. in the morning. Okay. And that too speed post. It's not something like, private courier. So, okay. It just shows, many times I have said that, okay, when there is a will, there is a way. Okay, some kind of, there is a divine nature which interferes and makes it sure that everything gets done proper way. Thank you very much. And it's lovely. It's very beautiful. And what I liked most was you had caught my nose and eyes. Thank you very much. It's very beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I have read your 3 books so far, and one of them was differential geometry and Lie group, which was quite difficult for my age. And when I was studying it, I was like, how can he make sure that we understand it, though it was a quite advanced subject. And then when I attended your you sometimes taught us during MTTS program, though we didn't take a class, so I didn't have that opportunity but it was awesome to saw you teaching. I am trying to be a teacher in future, so it was a lot to learn during MTTS course too. And thank you again, Karili, for
all the best. I'm really impressed. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you so much, Anubrotaa. Well, we have prepared another video. So everyone, please take a look.
I'm very happy that so many people are the followers of him. Main thing. What else? Still, he is very active. He likes. I mean, he lives in Mass only. He was in TIFR. We stayed there for some time. Almost 13, 14 years we were there. Of course, children were not born at that time, so I was alone. No language was a big barrier for me. I mean, right. I could understand English, but I was not fluent in talking in the communication, and definitely no Hindi. Later on, I slowly started picking up everything, started moving around. Of course, he told me that I should be able to do everything on my own. So he taught me so many things to stand on my own leg. That's it. Maybe later on, that last, I think now 28, 29 years almost now for the MTTS. So he used to travel a lot. I used to be alone all the time. So I was able to do it. They also understood like very much. Only my daughter used to miss her daddy a little bit. So after one day she'll be little moody, and the second day she'll be little cranky and all. Third day she will start crying. I want Appa now. Immediately, I want now Appa. Something like that. She used to cry. But somehow or other I have to console her and manage her. It's okay. It becomes okay. When she was very young and all. Later on, they understood. Both of them understood. There was no problem. Somehow or other, we used to enjoy in some other way, whichever, whenever he is there. See, many times he doesn't like to go out to eat, or he doesn't like this street foods and other things and all, like fast foods and all those things. So when he is away, we used to enjoy all these things. My children and myself, we like all these things, so we used to do all these things. So that way, I mean, we divert ourselves from his these things. That's the thing. See, children also didn't give much trouble at all, missing him or anything. But in the earlier age, my daughter used to cry a little bit. Later on, it became okay. By God's grace, he is very active now, and still he wants to do till his the last this thing. He wants to do mass only, and as he wished long time back that. He has to, what to say, work for our country, because when he had a very good opportunity in abroad, when we went in 82, he got a nice position and all there he was offered. But he refused to stay there in US because he wants to come back to our country and do something for the country. So I think he has achieved whatever he was dreaming about, even now. But he's happy, whatever, in whichever way it's serious. Last 2 years, because of the COVID and other things and all, he was not able to move out, and so many other things were blocked. But still, he was able to manage with the online and other things, and he was successful also. I'm very happy that he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Recently, I would say, like when he's with my, with both my kids, I feel even more happy. In this current, I don't want to go back, but yeah, for the past, ever since I have had my kids, and whenever he's around, I feel very happy. Made me and my brother completely independent. He made sure like we know everything right from the beginning. So he even like have keeping accounts for yourself, going to a store or buying something. He made sure I and my brother, we learn it at a very young age, and we get that sense of responsibility. So in that way, and whatever, even in studies, he never compelled us or even tried to convince us to go for this field or choose this thing. He said like whatever you wish to do, you can do, but just be good at it. So yeah, in all those things, I would say he and my mom, they have been like the greatest support for me and my brother. Yeah, I still remember one more incident where since I and my brother, we both celebrate the birthday together. My brother, he got a gift like some sketch pen or some sparkly pen or something, and I got a different gift. And I wanted that specific gift what my brother had. And since I was saving money, I told my dad that I want the same thing. I have money, I want to buy it. But my dad, he like convinced me, and he told me like, see, these are things like you both can share the same thing. Why do you want to spend money on the exact same thing? It's like a waste of money. So also, especially during in the monetary things, the financial things, he really taught us in that, and how to be independent, and being independent in everything, like going like getting college admissions, going everywhere, everything. He made sure we do it independently and we learn by ourselves. That really helped me a lot. Till now it does, because it gives us like so much confidence whenever we're out. Like even now, even if I have to go to some new place, like with my kids alone, I can do it, because like I'm so used to being independent since my childhood. So yeah, it gives a lot of confidence. Happy birthday, Appa, and I hope to see you and Amma both soon here in US and spend some nice, lovely quality time with us and your grandkids. So yeah, come soon.
Yeah, I'm also ready.
MTTS, there are a lot of students from Tamil Nadu. And in one of the cultural program of MTTS, they all asked him to sing a song. Okay. Right. Then he went to the stage, said, okay, I don't know if I can sing a song, but I recite the lines. That said, I'll just say that in Tamil. It says, Ye என்று கேட்காமல் வாழ்க்கை இல்லை. What says? There is no life for you without asking the question why. Okay, and this is the most important thing. You keep asking why. Right? He just said this one line and came out. Yeah. One song which he likes most, which actually he made me sing in that one of the MTTS.
What was that?
It says, Unnai Arindal, that if you understand yourself. Ni unnai arindal, if you understand yourself. Unnai arindal, ni unnai arindal, ulagathil poraadalam. It says that okay, you can fight your way through in the world. Uyandalum, taaldalum, thalai vaangamal nee vaalalam. Where you go up or you don't have to bend your head. You can always walk straight. It goes. I mean, the entire song is full of inspiration. Especially these 4 lines he likes. So this is what. Kumaresan.
Yes.
உங்களுக்கு இனிய பிறந்த நாள் வாழ்த்துக்கள்.
Nandri,
So,
Nandri.
In Tamil, there's again another song. Okay, it says, Noorandu Kalam Valga. Live for 100 years. Okay. No inodi illamal valarga. I mean, you keep growing without any health issues. That's all. He should live long and a healthy life, and so that his contribution to India is always there.
I was going to Delhi for my job. So I went to his office to say goodbye to him and take his blessings. But then he was really very emotional. So anyway, I mean, I took his blessings, touched his feet, and then came to the guest house. And I was just putting my luggage in the taxi. But then I saw again Sir is coming there. He could not stop himself. And he again came to the guest house to say goodbye to me. I think it was like, for him, it was like his own son going out. But of course, when I came back to Mumbai again, Auntie told me that he missed you a lot. Of course, I also missed Sir when I went away from Mumbai. And Sir, I just love you. I just love being with you. Whether you are talking to me or talking to somebody else, there's so much that I have learned from you. And I can only say that the best thing that happened to me was that I met you. Wishing you many, many healthy, fruitful years ahead. And I wish your blessings and guidance will always be there with me.
Regarding teaching, so when I taught first time, like other teacher, I prepared very well and I thought that I'll present that. So I am not looking beyond that. But later I realized that it is not. You may prepare well, but while going, you need to think before the students. And so later I started looking that direction. And one day I went for a walk and so started thinking that how do I explain things and what are the possible questions other people will ask. So I thought that I covered everything. I went and I taught, and class also went very well. And I thought that I covered everything. Suddenly Sir came inside. And still he asked one more question. So from that I realized still something is there. That is the interesting thing I want to say about his teaching. Whatever you cover, still something is there. So that is actually very useful even for the research and other side also. People use it to say Matru Deva Bhava, Pitru Deva Bhava and Acharya Deva Bhava. So Matru and Pitru are unique. There are so many Acharyas, right? So there are so many gurus who helped us. Okay, we are always thankful to them. But now there are so many gurus, we can rank them. So for me, the first rank goes to Professor Kumaresan.
I imagine for 25 years, every summer, you are essentially dedicating to teaching kids. Yeah, I mean, every summer, that means your summer is gone. During the fall and the spring, you will be teaching in the university, and during summer, you usually take a vacation or take rest. And he would, on the other hand, teach you with a missionary zeal. I don't know whether I should be thanking him primarily or his wife. I mean, poor lady, she has to deal with this. For 25 years, every summer, Kumaresan is with the kids. But of course, she's a wonderful lady. I know her. I met her. when I was in Tata Institute, she, of course, supported her husband's passion. But isn't it amazing that every summer for 25 years, with a dedication that is truly remarkable to behold. It is very moving for me. And he has essentially produced 3 generations of people in mathematics. And you are all so passionate about him. I see on the Facebook a passionate admiration and dedication and loyalty and all of on part of the students. And it's a very inspiring thing to see. As I say, Kumaresan is a force of nature. And if there is some highest award for teaching, instruction, dedication to mathematics, you should be getting.
Professor Kumaresan, he could have been a fantastic researcher. The initial years of his research in TFR, the kind of research he produced, those were of really very high quality, and he had the potential of being one of the finest researchers, mathematics researchers in India. However, he took a different trajectory. For many of us, or many people, would say that was some sort of sacrifice. However, it was not exactly that. His choice was to provide his wisdom to generations of students. Thousands of students benefited from his efforts for teaching in MTTS, in classroom, through his textbooks, now through his video lectures, not just students, but also teachers. Okay. The resources and the tradition of mathematics learning that he has produced, it is marvelous. Okay. It has potential of making India at the forefront of mathematics learning and research. I'd now like to invite Ilangovan Sir for his speech on Kumaresan Sir's birthday.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, Ilango, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. So, first of all, I should thank Curry Leaf for inviting me for this. And with all difficulties, I should especially thank my student Priyanka for helping me enter into this. Otherwise, I was not even able to log into Zoom, since I have not been using Zoom. Most often, I have been using Google Meet. And this is where I should say that I am extremely lucky. For the third time, I am talking about Professor Kumaresan. When he was 60, I was talking about him in his 60th birthday conference in University of Hyderabad. And at the age of 65, when he retired from our university, University of Hyderabad Teachers Association has this event for felicitating all the retired people and asked some colleague to talk. So I was the chosen one. And today, third time I'm talking, and I hope I keep getting enough opportunities to keep talking about him, as it is one of the sweetest things to happen to me. And I love sweets, of course. And well, I am like a little lamb. If he is merry, I followed him wherever he went. First he went to TIFR, I joined TIFR, then he went to Mumbai University and I joined Mumbai University, then he came to Hyderabad University, I followed him here, so wherever he went I kept following him, and of course naturally I benefited a lot by being his colleague. Maybe I'm the only one in all three places, TIFR initially, then University of Mumbai and then University of Hyderabad. And since, of course, all of you might be aware of his research, but let me say this, I mentioned it both the times, last two times, this time also I should say it. When his thesis was getting written, Borel Wallach, two big shots in the world, they were writing a book on the topic, and once his result came out, they had to rewrite the whole book, and one chapter was totally thrown out because just with the 10-page paper, he made one whole chapter of their book vanish, and they had to do a lot of rewriting of that. And I am one of the privileged, possibly the only one, who had a one-to-one lecture from him on his thesis work, apart from, of course, various topics in representation theory of Lie groups. So I am extremely fortunate in in my primitive years and possibly in his initial teaching years, because I think the first course he gave was for 1980 TIFR batch. He was teaching analysis to them, and before that itself he had been teaching all these things to me. So I am one of the extremely fortunate people. And okay, that is about research and teaching. All of you know the one word, of course, Aravinda was telling that few words is difficult. For me, only one word is enough to describe Professor Kumaresan. That is passion. So he is passionate about everything, mathematics, students, research, and of course, several other things in life as well. He is a totally passionate, very, very intense person. And so passion is the one word that comes to my mind when I have to describe about him. And now that the curry leaf is 1 year old, I hope some of the students here who are organizing it learn the administration work also from him. Apart from being an excellent mathematician, he's a terrific administrator. I think that some IIM student can do a project on how to do cost cutting while organizing various things. MTTS has been running for 3 decades and more now, and heavily cost cutting thanks to Professor Kumaresan's planning. I don't think that any other summer workshop is happening. Of course, forgetting this last 1 year where it's all happening online. In-person things, he has been excellent in cost cutting for MTTS, and that is one of the important things people can learn from him, how to do it. And as I said, even IIM people can learn how to do the cost cutting from him. And I have seen him as an administrator in our own university. Initially, when I joined, he was the head of the department, and soon he became the dean. And the way he appreciates younger colleagues, and more importantly, the support staff, it's been really something to learn from. Support staff, he never bothered whether they come exactly on time. Even if they come a few minutes late, he never bothered. As long as the work is done, finally what matters is the work should be done. In case of some personal reasons, he won't even mind if they don't come for half a day. But all that matters is that the work is done, and he has been very, very encouraging all the younger colleagues. Several workshops and some conference also were done by the younger colleagues. One of the proceedings also came out during his deanship. I don't think anything has happened after that, at least now. And when it comes to MTTS people, I should ask one question at this point. All the students here, at least, what do you think you have got that Professor Kumaresan does not have at this moment? Anybody willing to guess?
Professor Kumaresan.
No, he has himself also, I'm sure. Anyway, I just stressed on the word younger also. Okay, the thing is...
Teacher like Professor Kumaresan.
Yeah. Thank you for that answer. It is good enough. But what I wanted to say is that all of you have plenty of energy. Though he may match you in terms of enthusiasm, I don't know whether he can match in terms of energy. Why I am saying this? When you are doing this world famous thesis work, Every day he used to work 16 to 18 hours. So all of you youngsters do get inspired by the hard work also. It's not just a question of intelligence and motivation, but finally hard work is what is going to take you wherever you are, wherever you can reach the maximum. And of course, one thing that is missing on the birthday is, for me, I mean, excellent food made by his wife, Kalai Ma'am. I have indulged so many times in TIFR as well as Bombay University and Hyderabad, as I have followed him everywhere. I have been enjoying her hospitality also all the time. That is something, unfortunately, we are missing in this last 1.5 years due to this COVID situation. And last 2 times as well, I gave him one advice, and unfortunately, he never listened to me, but thanks to COVID, he is listening to whatever I am going to tell. I have always told him when he turned 60, when he turned 65, and then when he turned 70, please slow down, cut down on travels. As his wife also said in the recording, he keeps on traveling so much. I told him that with age, it's time for you to cut down on traveling and sustain your health and inspire a few more generations of students to come. And as I said, 60, 65, he was not listening. 70, he was forced to listen thanks to COVID. But now at least I hope when he's 71, in the future, he cuts down on his travels and sustains himself. Of course, all of us know that he has been extremely generous with his lectures. He could have made easily millions of rupees by giving paid lectures, but he put so many of the lectures free on YouTube, and several of our students have been seeing all those lectures and are benefiting from it. I'm sure many other students are also benefiting it. I would like to share my screen once at this point. Let me see whether I can do it. Okay, it's not allowing me to share. I think host have not allowed me to share. I just want to
share, sir.
Okay, let me see. It says host disabled attendee screen sharing. Okay, I just wanted to say this. He came back from
once more.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Can you all see this picture?
Yes.
Yeah, so this picture is made just nearly 3 months ago. Some of our outgoing MSc students whom I was teaching functional analysis, they requested me whether they can get to meet Professor Kumaresan. I told them, of course, because of COVID, maybe he has not had any in-person class in recent times, but no problem, I will ask him. And as soon as he asked, he jumped onto it and he said, oh, wonderful. People still want to meet me. I will be very glad to come and interact with them. And this is a picture from that. All these are outgoing students, and we had an interaction going for nearly 2 hours. And students were also extremely happy, and he also was very happy with the way interaction went. Mainly because some of our good students had read from his book thoroughly, and they were asking several pertinent questions about both his linear algebra book and real analysis book. So it was a wonderful occasion for us. This is our seminar hall 1 in the School of Mathematics, University of Hyderabad. So this is how, as I mentioned, he has so much passion, and that passion so it's a wonderful occasion for me that even after few years after he left University of Hyderabad, thanks to his books and the YouTube lectures, students wanted to meet him, and in person there was enough interaction, and nearly 2 hours, as I said. And at the end, of course, one of the students, this is a right point for me to stop, one of the students who wanted to meet him all the time but refused to open her mouth in the class, she was the one who was standing next to him in the photo. I asked her, so is this I hope Sai Baba fans will excuse me. So I asked her, is it like a Sai Baba meeting? You wanted to just see him to get inspired? She said, no, you are mistaken. I'm not talking about a God man. Kumaresan is God for me. Okay, so with that I stop. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Ilangovan. I would now like to request Kalai Ma'am to come and say a few words. Over to you, ma'am.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't forget his birthday today, whatever happened. It's really touching. The way, see, when we were in Bombay, when from TFR, when we moved to Bombay University, I used to tell him, please take care of the family also a little bit. You will forget whoever we are there and all those things. You will say yes, yes, and all. That time only he started moving around, moving out more. Then once we, from Bombay, when we came to Hyderabad, at that time at least I told, children were not there, I was alone. So till then I was busy with the children and my father-in-law was with me and so many other things I was able to do. Now I am alone, going to a new place. It's completely new. So why can't you be here with me? So don't need to go out again. The moment I told, we landed on that day. The next day, all our luggage, the whole truck came. The next day, he left. Almost, I think, 3 days or 4 days. I was all alone. I did not know where to go and to buy what and all those things. Of course, people helped me who were near there. So, after seeing all these things, I remember one Tirukural. I think many people will be knowing what is that. Tam inburuvadu உலகின்புற கண்டு காமருவர் கற்றறிந்தார். The meaning is, guys, people, I mean, they'll be very happy to see others like whatever he likes it. The more he will be doing the same thing. So like he likes mathematics, he likes teaching very much. And after seeing the response from all of you people for the last so many years, he likes mathematics more and more now. That's what I can say. So anyway, I pray to God. I wish him a healthy, happy life ahead. I wish him a happy birthday. Definitely he won't be forgetting this and all. That's it. I think I'll finish it up. I don't want to take more of your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Kalai.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to now call Professor Ajit Iqbal Singh for a brief remark on this occasion.
Very happy special birthday, Kumaresan. I felicitate you on your achievements and recognition, and more than that, satisfaction that you derive from whatever you do. And to my young friends present here, I can take them back 50 years. I'm 6 years older than Kumaresan. He was a meritorious student coming from Madurai, studying for his MSc, and I was chosen to give lectures by Professor M.K. Singhal, the director of that course. I loved talking to them, discussing with them, lecturing to them, and in the evening, they gave me respect by singing a song, that childlike face with so much knowledge in the head, and full respect for students in all respect. And then I saw his UGC book, and that was model lecture on differentiable manifolds, which I used for my MPhil classes. Then I used this book in addition to Dieudonné's 3 volumes on differential geometry, especially the figure 8 in his book. And then I was so happy when Indian National Science Academy honored him with INSA Teacher Award, and it was a great pleasure for me to do so. And then I have been watching him at MTTS virtually and admiring him. Great service that he is doing. I met him in Hyderabad. He gave me his book for undergraduates also, and we are in touch. I felicitate you. Please continue to motivate students, to train to students and teachers alike, and to inspire us all. Happy long life to you, Kumaresan dear.
Thank you, Ajit Singh. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate you took time to come and bless me. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Charles Darwin said, "If I had my life to live over again, I would have made a rule to read some poetry and listen to some music at least once every week." Well, we can certainly add some rhythm to this event. I would like to request Meghana to take the stage. Over to you, Meghana.
Good evening, everyone. A very happy birthday to you, sir, and happy birthday to Curry Leaf also. And it's my pleasure to sing the song today. I'll be, okay. I hope my voice is clear.
Yes.
உன்னை அறிந்தால் நீ உன்னை அறிந்தால் உலகத்தில் போராடலாம். உயர்ந்தாலும் தாழ்ந்தாலும் தலை வணங்காமல் நீ வாழலாம். உன்னை அறிந்தால் நீ உன்னை அறிந்தால் உலகத்தில் போராடலாம். உயர்ந்தாலும் தாழ்ந்தாலும் தலை வணங்காமல் நீ வாழலாம். மானம் பெரியதென்று வாழும் மனிதர்களை மான் என்று சொல்வதில்லையா? தன்னை தானும் அறிந்து கொண்ட ஊருக்கும் சொல்பவர்கள் தலைவர்கள் ஆவதில்லையா? மானம் பெரியதென்று வாழும் மனிதர்களை மான் என்று சொல்வதில்லையா? தன்னை தானும் அறிந்து கொண்ட ஊருக்கும் சொல்பவர்கள் தலைவர்கள் ஆவதில்லையா? உன்னை அறிந்தால் நீ உன்னை அறிந்தால் உலகத்தில் போராடலாம். உயர்ந்தாலும் தாழ்ந்தாலும் தலை வணங்காமல் நீ வாழலாம். பூமியில் நேராக வாழ்பவர் எல்லோரும் சாமிக்கு நிகரில்லையா? பிறர் தேவை அறிந்து கொண்டு வாரிக் கொடுப்பவர்கள் தெய்வத்தின் பிள்ளை இல்லையா? பூமியில் நேராக வாழ்பவர் எல்லோரும் சாமிக்கு நிகரில்லையா? பிறர் தேவை அறிந்து கொண்டு வாரிக் கொடுப்பவர்கள் தெய்வத்தின் பிள்ளை இல்லையா? உன்னை அறிந்தால் நீ உன்னை அறிந்தால் உலகத்தில் போராடலாம். உயர்ந்தாலும் தாழ்ந்தாலும் தலை வணங்காமல் நீ வாழலாம். மாபெரும் சபையனில் நீ நடந்தால் உனக்கு மாலைகள் வீழ வேண்டும். ஒரு மாச குறையாத மன்னவன் இவன் என்ற போற்றி புகழ வேண்டும். மாபெரும் சபையனில் நீ நடந்தால் உனக்கு மாலைகள் வீழ வேண்டும். ஒரு மாச குறையாத மன்னவன் இவன் என்ற போற்றி புகழ வேண்டும். உன்னை அறிந்தால் நீ உன்னை அறிந்தால் உலகத்தில் போராடலாம். உயர்ந்தாலும் தாழ்ந்தாலும் தலை வணங்காமல் நீ வாழலாம். உன்னை அறிந்தால் உலகத்தில் போராடலாம். Thank you for the listening.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. My favorite song.
Thank you, Meghana. I would like to invite Bhaba Sharma Sir for his kind words.
Sorry, I was not aware that I will have to speak. Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank Karilif for organizing this. Yes, we have cherished this moment, a great moment, celebrating an occasion, celebrating a gratitude to Professor Kumaresan, also celebrating what the Karilif has done for last 1 year. And probably I'll not speak much. Each one of us here know very well what Professor Kumaresan is for us, right? And as several of the speakers have said, that it is a great occasion, or it was a great thing that happened to our lives, that we met Professor Kumaresan. Yes, each of us we feel this. And of course, the world is selfish, we are selfish, and even otherwise, we'll see that the existence, the work, the inspiration that the generations of students, teachers have received from Professor Kumaresan will also be received directly from Kumaresan. So Professor Kumaresan needs to be with us, needs to be active for years to come. Okay, and of course, I mean, we'll all wish him best of his health, and of course, as it has been spelled out, that he needs to travel less. Yes, it's a fact. There used to be time during MTTS time. I tell you, just many of you have come across and you know, like say main MTTS camp is running, and elsewhere in the country there are 2 or 3 other level O camps are also running simultaneously. Then probably Professor Kumaresan is taking 2 or 3 courses. I mean, formally maybe he is taking 1 course in main MTTS camp, but because of various reasons, suddenly there are some dropout of the faculty. Okay, so he is usually he requires to take more than 1 course, and of course, even he is not taking a course, he is there everywhere, in every classroom. That means all this, I mean, so fully probably more than 3 hours lecturing every day, and then making it sure that he also visits the other 2 camps or 3 camps, maybe for say for a week or for a couple of days. So even so that Professor Kumaresan can be there in each of the camps. So there also the camps are also staggered a bit. Okay, so maybe 1 camp starts 1 week ahead before the main camp, and 1 camp starts a bit late, 1 week this, so that he is there everywhere. So amount of travel even during the MTTS program. Yes, it's really strenuous, and yes, I mean, we'll try to see that he needs to travel less, and maybe that I mean, he guides us, he gives us more, I mean, the guidance rather than the active teaching. Okay? Because of his, I mean, we need to take care of his health, his time, and his energy as well. So we'll try to do that. But of course, Kumaresan is Kumaresan. He will not sit silent, or he will not sit idle. Yeah. But we'll make every effort that his health is not hampered because of the activities. Okay. And we'll see that he can guide us with minimum of his physical efforts. So again, I wish on behalf of all the MTTS family, all in the MTTS family, Professor Kumaresan a very healthy life, okay, active in this sense. And similarly, the curry leaf, I wish on behalf of the MTTS team a very long and prosperous life. Okay, we would like to prosper it. Would like this curry leaf platform to be a real platform, a very useful platform for all the alumni of MTTS, of the past and of the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Bhava Sharma. I would now like to request Professor J Jayanthan to come and say a few words. Over to you, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. In fact, I mean, I've been traveling today, so I came a bit late. Just came then. Shubham reminded me of it. Otherwise, I would have completely forgotten about it. Thanks a lot, Shubham. First, many happy returns, Professor Kumaresan. Well, I've been associated with him for more than 25 years. A little before, he started participating in, or he gave me a chance to participate in MTTS program. Basically, I don't know what quality he thought I have for first inviting me to give lectures. But I can tell you from my point of view, I learned a lot of things from both MTTS as well as a lot from Professor Kumaresan. During these 25 years, academically, as a teacher, and as a person also, many things you learn from him. How to conduct things. Though I don't think I can practice probably at any, what is that level near to his status, but certainly I tried to imitate many things from him. And I mean, as a person, I owe a lot of things to him. So thanks a lot, Professor Kumaresan, for all that you have done for me. And I'm sure everybody will have some story to say, similar stories to say about him. I wish him long life associated with MTTS in all the manner that he could do. Many happy returns of the day. Thank you for this opportunity given by Kareli. Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you, Jayanthan. Thank you, Jayanthan sir, for your speech. Now, I and Sayanthani would like to invite Kumaresan sir for a short, fun, rapid-fire questions. Remaining professors will be calling after the rapid fire.
Are you ready?
Well, you are putting on the stand. Okay, let's see whether I live at the end of this session. Yeah.
Okay. Start the question, Chaitanya.
Okay. So, which was your favorite subject in school apart from mathematics?
Favorite subject? Yes, reading books. But is it a subject? I do not know. Because there was a library for the town and it had about 5,000 books. I must have read about 3,000 books by the time I came to 7th or 8th standard. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
So my thing was I spent more time in the library than my classroom textbooks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which subject upset you the most in school?
Say it again.
Which subject upset you the most in school?
I usually liked languages and mathematics. Yeah.
Which did you did not like? That's the question.
Which subject? Well, I did not like history because the way it was taught. But nowadays, of late, I'm reading too much of history. And that's why the other day I have to say, if you ask me to teach history, it will be different. I can teach it much more interestingly. Yeah. But history is taught like, matter of dates here, various things, details, nothing. Very, very insipid way. Yeah.
If there was a movie or book based on your life, what would be its title?
Confidence and passion.
Oh, that's great.
What is your favorite piece of literature?
Piece of literature is I still like Tirukkural. Because whenever I have something, I always find it as something, some pair of wisdom which I can learn or which gives a different dimension. I thought I had understood, but when I read it again, depending upon the context, I get more insight. That keeps inspiring me a lot.
What is your favorite travel destination?
It used to be my hometown Chidambaram because I grew up from my childhood till about MSc. And nowadays, I'm not very sure about that. But recently, I was there for a month. I enjoyed being there. Yes. So at present, I would say only Chidambaram. Yeah.
If you were not a mathematician, what do you imagine yourself to be doing?
Well, I think I will be some kind of a guy who makes someone packets in a kirana shop. Because I can do the account faster and make a lot of mistakes on the way. Okay. For example, I can say 3 times 4 it's 81 because it's 3 to the power 4. So I will be making a lot of money for the shop owner.
That's great. Just amazing. If you could choose only one of these, which one would you choose? Butterscotch cake or butterscotch ice cream?
Butterscotch ice cream. Even though I don't like ice cream, but I like butterscotch ice cream. That's my favorite.
Suppose you had a superpower, what would you want it to be? Although you already have the superpower of teaching us very well.
Yeah, I would like to kind of make somehow the entire world accept universal education, universal healthcare. I think that's a real wealth of human beings. If I have superpower, somehow I will try to change the minds of all the policy makers in the world.
What is your secret talent or any eccentric or funny habit that almost nobody knows?
In fact, I have to check whether I know that. I do not know. I thought whatever I say, sometime or other, I would usually talk about that. So I really do not know. Also, I don't think I keep changing too. I keep changing a lot of things. What I used to do, some eccentric acts, all of a sudden it changes to something else. So I do not know I have any specific thing, but people like you who observe me may be able to say that. But then, I mean, it's not a secret, right?
It would be a secret to you then.
Pardon me?
It would be a secret for you then, if we observe.
Yeah, right. You have to tell me what is the secret. Yeah.
Okay, coming to the last question. If the world was ending tomorrow, how would you like to spend the day?
Well, celebrate life. Okay, it's a little end, but let's celebrate. We are here, we live. Okay, and not on. Okay, if there is any kind of thing, you apologize people for the mistakes you have done, but be happy, celebrate till it ends. Why should you worry about that? Okay.
Thank you so much, sir, for cooperating with us.
Okay, I survived. Okay.
You survived, you nailed it.
Yeah, truly nailed it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I would like to invite Professor Vikram Aithal to say a few words.
Hi, good evening, everyone. And let me begin by first, once again, congratulating Curry Leaf on completing 1 year. Even though we are celebrating Curry Leaf's first birthday, the way the team has handled itself and organized everything, it seems like they're at least 20 years old. So congratulations to Curry Leaf, and I hope to see you grow more and more. And coming to Professor Kumaresan, yes, sir. Kumaresan, sir.
Sorry, I just wanted to remove my clapping hands.
Yeah. So coming to Professor Kumaresan, actually, this is a very nice thing that just happened. That this time during MTTS 2021, he did not teach, or at least he was not supposed to teach officially. But he would visit all the classes. He would visit all the lectures, as it has already been mentioned. And sometimes when you're in you're into the session, I wouldn't notice when he came into the class and when he came into the session and so on. So just like it happened right now, every time you would see a raised hand or you would hear his voice, and that would always make me feel very relaxed, especially if I was struggling with something or if I was stuck with something. Just to see his, just to know that he is there around would always relax me, because then that would sort of bring me back to earth and remind me that, okay, don't worry, you don't have to worry. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay. Just think. And this has been there from the very beginning. I have had the good fortune of being a student of Professor Kumaresan for the past 20 odd years. And people have spoken about his passion, about how he makes you work. For me, especially, I don't have much confidence in myself. I don't have much faith in myself. I'm always hesitant. Whenever I do something, I'm always hesitant. But whether he does it knowingly or unknowingly, just having him around gives me the confidence. And this has been there from the very beginning. We used to have seminars every Saturday. And I remember the first seminar I gave when I was a master's student. In those Saturday seminars, I was extremely, extremely nervous. In fact, I was so nervous, my hand was shaking. When I was writing on the board, my hand was shaking a little bit. And he stopped the class. And I thought I had made a mistake when he stopped my seminar. And randomly, I don't know if he remembers this, but randomly, he just started talking. He just started talking about when he used to give seminars at TIFR, or when he used to talk to his friends. And then he started, reminding me that Everyone in the audience is just a friend. You don't have to worry. You know? And it was just a 2 to 3 minute break that we took. And I didn't realize it. When he stopped, my initial thing was I got nervous, but I didn't realize it that he was just trying to make me comfortable. And this is what happens. His presence has always had this very nice, very calming effect on me. And apart from that, I mean, the one thing I want to talk about is Professor Kumaresan's empathy as well. At various stages of my life, it's been a little difficult, and I've gotten a little lost sometimes. And just like Professor Habib said, he somehow has the knack of popping up at the right time. And he is one of the few people I've found, like when he asks you, how are you? It's not a casual question. He'll not casually just, how are you? But he will not leave it at that. When he asks you, he genuinely wants to know how you're doing. And he always has some very kind words and some good advice to give. But even if he doesn't, just the way he listens to you, that in itself, that has helped me quite a lot. Just talking to him has helped me quite a lot. So again, as Professor Aravinda also said, if I start talking about Professor Kumaresan, there will be no end to it. And from the very beginning, I'd been thinking about what to say and what not to say. And, most of the things I wanted to say have been covered by many people. And there is no way I can put into words what he means to me and what he has done for me. But I would like to use Professor Kumaresan's own words and hope that it encapsulates all that he means to me and all that I feel about it. So as Professor Ilangovan mentioned, there was a 60th birthday conference in Hyderabad about 10, 11 years ago. And I happened to be there. And these are the words Professor Kumaresan said. So, sir, I hope you understand that this is what is the impact you've had on my life. So I am blessed. So thank you very much for everything. Wish you a very, very happy birthday. And wish you many, many more years full of health, joy, and happiness. And I hope to keep learning from you and keep talking. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vikram.
Thank you, Vikram sir. I would like to invite Shameek sir for giving his remarks.
Good evening, everyone, and hello to all my colleagues and the students, most of whom I know. And so currently, definitely, you all are doing a very good job, and I didn't, really feel that you would be able to do so many things as much as you have accomplished, and I hope you continue that way. And Professor Kumaresan, wish you a very happy birthday. And so Sir has always been very supportive to me and has always believed in me and always encouraged me, and that has meant a lot to me. And also, of course, I'm sure all his students will have the same experience, and this is something very special about Professor Kumaresan. And now I don't have to worry about which books to recommend to students. I mean, some of them may feel that I am advertising his books, but it's just that, I hope he can bring out some more books, and definitely it's a pleasure to read his books. And, I myself would like to read as much of his books as possible. because there's so much. I mean, I'm sure it will just continue my MTTS experience. So yeah, I have mostly interacted with Professor Kumaresan via MTTS, and with regard to that, like I remember that he, every morning he will take a morning walk, and he's an early riser and always punctual, and so these qualities I hope to I'm also bring in myself. And he's also very caring about the food and about the students. He's always keeping an eye on the students. So it's really nice that the MTTS camps I've also been able to be a part of the camps, and that has really helped me. Even definitely in my teaching, I don't have to worry about preparing as much. In fact, Sir has teaching in MTTS has given me the confidence to, to think in the class and just explore the subject with the students, and rather than just go with a prepared objective. And yeah, definitely the students also appreciate it, and I try to always tell them that it's. I mean, I've picked it up in MTTS because of MTTS. So there was one incident, in one of the camps, in the field trip. There's an outing one of the days, and so there Sir had got injured. So then, he was, he asked me to be his scribe, so he was teaching topology in level 2, and so it was a very lucky, for me, that, so I used to write on the board and he would be teaching in the class. So, that was one very good experience for me. To be in his class and to see how he's teaching the subject. And in general also, I try to attend his lectures whenever possible, because it's very nice to see how he's introducing the subject, how he's also and so sometimes initially when I had started teaching in MTTS, I hope I'm not boring you all, but so sometimes I would make some suggestion, why don't you do it this way? And I would feel that, it's the same thing after all, what is the difference? But when I would do it, I would immediately see a reaction from the students, and so that was always amazing for me, and that he really knows what is the best approach for the students. And so yeah, I would just end with thanking Sir again for helping me continuously or constantly, and I hope also to be able to learn more from you in the future also. And thank you, sir. And
thank you, Shameek. Hope to see you in the camps soon.
Sir. And sure, sir.
Thank you, Professor Shameek Paul. I would now like to request Professor Ajit Kumar to say a few words. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Karilif team, for this opportunity. It's really wonderful to see you all doing this amazing job, and really thank you for celebrating Sir's birthday. And it's really very emotional for me to talk about someone whom I admire so much, and it's really, I was just hoping that they will not ask me to say anything. I just love listening to Sir. So I was just hoping that he will again come and just give advice to us. But in any case, thank you very much. I mean, to me, Professor Kumaresan means a lot. I'd be lying if I say that whatever I am today, I owe a lot to him. If I mean, have to share my experiences with him, probably it will take hours. Maybe I can possibly write a book with all the experiences, the learning that I've had with Sir. I mean, apart from mathematics, I don't know. I mean, almost everything that I have learned, I owe quite a lot to him. Even the computer knowledge that I have, in fact, it was he who initiated me to that knowledge. All the organizational skills, etc., that I have, it's mainly because of him. So, I mean, to me, he's a kind of, a potter from mud. How beautiful the pots they make. To me, I mean, he's like that. Though we have not seen Gurukul, we just hear in old past days we had this Gurukul. But I mean, when I came to Mumbai University and had the opportunity to learn with him, I mean, it's like it was a Gurukul for me, and he's that Guru, like Dronacharya or Mahabharata or Maharshi Vasishtha of Ramayana. So, I mean, there's so much that you can learn from him. He has repeated this Chinese proverb several times to me, and in fact, Bharti also described something similar. He always keeps telling that in case you are hungry and if it is for you, I take care of your hunger at that moment. But if I teach you how to fish, I take care of hunger that forever. So, I mean, that's how he kind of molds us, the students. And I mean, I was several qualities that one can talk about circumvention. Something it is very, very simple, down to earth person. And as he said, the confidence that he has, it's really amazing. And not only that, the confidence that he has in his students. I think I have said in the video that I recorded one incident, so I would not like to repeat here. And people will also know him that he is a very, very, a kind of tough man, a taskmaster. Of course, he is a taskmaster, no doubt about it, but he is very, very emotional. I haven't seen anybody more emotional than him. So that's again very amazing. Just because, I mean, possibly we know him so much that we come across these experiences with him. And also, I think, though, I mean, to many people, he is very, very, I mean, kind of, many students, I mean, especially in the old days, used to be really scared of him, but he's very, very jovial person also. I mean, all those who have had so many of years of experience in MTTS would know that. In fact, my family keeps telling me that you're very happy or laugh usually when you are in company with Kumaresan and MTTS team. So I don't know. I mean, it's like to me, he, of course, is my guru, my guardian, mentor, family doctor, and whatnot. I mean, I just so, sir, thank you very much for being with us and inspiring us. And I hope many years to come, you will be there for us whenever we are in any difficulty, etc. The first person that I look upon is you. So, wish you very happy and many more healthy years ahead. Thank you very much. Just being with us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ajit. It was quite emotional. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajit sir, for your kind words. Now, if Professor Kumaresan's daughter Bharti Ma'am is here, then I would like to invite her.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry I couldn't join earlier. Hi, everybody. So yeah, I've been listening to everyone's speech and wishes, and it's so great that everybody could make their time out to come and be there and to be a part of my dad's birthday celebration. So it is kind of a bit emotional, and thank you Curry Leaf team for organizing this event, and thank you for having me a part of it. So yeah, a big thank to Curry Leaf team. Coming to my dad, honestly, when I was listening to everyone speak, I felt like I might have many incidents to share, but I felt like as if the students and his colleagues got to spend more time with him than me and my brother. So because there are so many incidents that you guys were sharing, and I can't recall any. I mean, like I said in the video, the recent thing, it's only after my kids were born where my dad, I could feel that my dad had spent more time with us as a family. And obviously earlier, everybody was busy in their own work. Like I was busy with my work, and we couldn't really, have a family time together. But yeah, other than that, it was great to hear everyone talk, and I don't know what else to say. So, Appa, happy birthday, and I hope you stay healthy, and hope to see you soon. Miss you.
Yeah, thank you, Bharti. Thank you. Yeah, we would like to come soon to US. Yeah, sure, we will do that. I want to spend
Otherwise, I'll be there. Yes, I'll be there.
Yeah, only 2018 onwards, and we have to spend some time with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, like I said, it's just after my first son was born, somehow we convinced him to come to US, although he just spent I think a week and a half or so in US before we all flew back to India. Yeah. So it's very difficult for us to convince him to come and sit and to have some family time together. My mom would agree for that. But no, I mean, it's not that I'm complaining or anything. That's obvious, right? Like everybody said, you are so busy with your books and your MTTS camp and everything everywhere, that it makes it obvious for everybody to know that you never had a family time. So there's nothing that new I'm telling everyone.
Sure.
But yes, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bhat.
Now I would like to open the floor for audience, whoever would like to say some words.
At first place, I'm extremely sorry for my voice is not that good. Like it's very harsh and tough because of, I don't know why. Here, I just wanted, first of all, I'd like to thank to Curry Leaf for giving me an opportunity on this evening to speak about Professor Kumaresan Sir's birthday because he is very, close to hearts of everybody of us, like all mathematics fraternity. I'm extremely sorry I couldn't introduce myself. This is Rajendra Lekhwar from GN Khalsa College, Mumbai. Here I don't have to share so much as other people have shared. I'll not take much time of yours because I'm not MTTS alumni or elsewhere. But in 2015, I joined PTMT in ICT Mumbai. And since then, I'm, chasing MTTS plus each and every activities of MTTS and, of course, Professor Kumaresan Sir. And thing is that, I don't know, initially I was, okay. 1 second. Did you ask me to say something, sir? Like, did you ask me to? Yeah. Hello?
Hello, Rajendra, are you asking me?
I mean, I don't know whether somebody asked me for something like.
No, nothing. You please go ahead.
All right, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. So initially I was like full of views and so many things I wanted to talk about, but now I'm totally exhausted after listening to everybody. Because perhaps I'm the most, poorest among everybody because they all are directly students of Kumaresan Sir, but I'm indirect student of Kumaresan Sir, like Professor Kumaresan Sir. I'm like Eklavya. I'm not like Arjun of Mahabharata, but I'm Eklavya. I simply worship because I remember one instance when, I'm sorry to give different instance here, but I'll have to because I have to just correlate things. Once when Professor Hardy was asked like why Ramanujan should be given FRS because he doesn't have those concrete proofs or rigorous proofs and all. So where to take him up? So Professor Hardy, being an atheist person, still replied that you have to take him into mind. So likewise, so obviously this kind of relationship is not here, but I took Sir into mind and I always keep him in my mind and accordingly I go ahead. And sometimes, sir, what happens, like if I'm relating it properly, some proofs are done some proofs are done like direct proofs, P implies Q. But most of the proofs are easily done with the help of contrapositive. So I believe in that contrapositive thing. If not, then what to do? And easily I must have, obtained my result easily likewise. So directly or indirectly, I'm associated with Sir. And Sir, there is hardly any book in the market, hardly any book of yours in the market, which I don't have. Point is not that how many collection of books I have, but the thing is that I don't want to leave, anything, whatever legacy you left behind. I don't want them to be untouched or kept aside. So before suggesting all the books to my library and my college library, I first of all buy them and study myself. Why? Because I believe in the policy that practice before preach. Like I cannot tell students directly buy the books if you don't know anything about it. So I have to buy them first and I have to study them however I could, maybe whatever. But then whichever books I'm knowing, I'm quickly referring to the other students. Your videos as well. Please don't think that I'm, advertising or something, but it is there. And but that's all. I don't know to speak much. I have a small like 1 minute presentation, sir. If you allow, could you Curry Leaf team? Could I go ahead?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. This was the presentation. Thank you very much. Hope like it was small, but I know I'm not that techno, giant, but still I tried. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajendra.
And happy birthday, sir. The main thing I did not actually tell you. Happy birthday, sir. I wish you a very long, healthy, and wealthy life. And please keep guiding likewise, maybe directly or indirectly. I'm always chasing you, sir. I'm your Eklavya, that is for sure. Maybe I did not directly get chance. In fact, during my MSc, I got into Institute of Science. Because I'm from Xavier's College, St. Xavier's, Mumbai. And, as a student, we had a very different, peer group had a different mentality, like Mumbai side, meaning more advanced place. And because of that, perhaps I couldn't get into, this couldn't come to my mind that Vidyanagari should be better for me. But then somehow, even during that time, I used to chase for you all. I used to collect notes from students you taught in Mumbai University, Kalina, and somehow that is the thing, sir. So thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot. I'm sorry I took so much time, I suppose. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. The floor is still open to all. If anyone wants to wish, sir, they may come up and speak.
Can I have few words?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Yeah, anyway, sorry. I want to wish Curry Leaves happy birthday for you also. I think you have completed 1 year because many people are telling about that. Wish you great success in the future also. As my daughter told, even though I am with Professor Kumaresan for almost 45 years, all of you know him much better than me. That's what I can say, because he spends more time with you all. So it was really very nice to hear everybody's. It was emotional, of course. I wish you the success. I wish you also success in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now I would like to, at the end, I would like to invite Professor Kumaresan to address all of us.
Thank you, Chaitanya. First of all, I would like to congratulate Curry Leaf and Curry Leaf team. I do not keep saying it's whatever you have done is wonderful, marvelous. It's not about this particular meeting I'm talking about, the general activities. I would like to summarize in one word, and I think I'm one of the most apt person to say that. I think I can see an institution builder in the Curry Leaf team. Okay. And these are my words, market, and I think everybody in the audience will realize it soon. Because the kind of thing which you have done is really wonderful. Okay. And in the beginning, I talked to the Curry Leaf teams, at least some of the founding members, and I could see that they had absorbed whatever I said, and done on their own much more. And the way they also attracted other people to form a team, very cohesive team. And I also said about delegation, all those things are done wonderfully well. These are the markings of an institution builder. And I really congratulate you. Because it's a birthday for two boys. One is Kumaresan. Unfortunately, he is put in the front, but it's also birthday boys curry lift. Okay, thank you very much. And I'm just simply overwhelmed with emotion when I heard all of you, and I do not know. I only wish that I could live up to your expectations, praise, and appreciation of me. Okay. It has been a wonderful thing. As my family members also said, I spend more time with MTTS and MTTS family. But I think we have done something for the country, and will continue to do something for the country. And that is really very good. I do not know what else to say. I can only say I thank each one of you from my bottom of my heart. And as my profile picture shows, I learned from everybody, and I did learn from each one of you, all of you. Okay, you may not know, even I may not know I learned from you sometime. Only in retrospect, when I think about that, I may realize. But that does happen, and I thank you very much. And I only wish that the MTTS spirit and the teamwork continues along with the curry leaf also. I think curry leaf is becoming part of MTTS in some sense and support. And it is doing a really institution building trait. I can see that. That's it, I think. Thank you very, very much. And it has been one of the most wonderful birthday I have seen. And as I said, I know my students very well. So some other things I could guess from the beginning when you people asked me for this birthday event. Okay. Even then, the way with which you did, with the guts how you did, okay, the kind of enthusiasm and the kind of pure administrative skill, management skill, this really taken me by surprise. That is the real surprise. That within 1 year some people can come up to this kind of level. That's very surprising. So the credit goes to you. Okay. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us with your words. One of our curry leaf members, Elanchearan R S, would like to say a few words about you. So I would like to invite him. Over to you.
Thanks a lot for your kind words, sir. A very, very happy birthday to one of the youngest elder person I know. I have never, you are an inspiration, a hope for action, for change, the values and principles and the kind of thoughts and ideas about society that you have imbibed in me personally is something that will stay forever. And I have never seen you and your work just as a mathematician. I see you as a politician in the sense, not in the sense of what politics and that, with thoughts about the society and what the way you can impact the society. And that's something I highly value, and I am learning a lot of things from you. I refrain from listing them out. You mean, and you have added a lot of values, and I am great. I'm very grateful for you, and wish you a very, very happy birthday, and may you live long. Thank you.
Thank you, Elanchearan.
Thank you, Elanchearan. Now, I would like to ask Professor Dr. Soumya Dey for a vote of thanks. With this, we come to an end of our event.
Yeah. So thank you, Chaitanya and Sayanthani, for giving me this opportunity. I would like to start with wishing Kumaresan Sir a very happy birthday. Thanks a lot for teaching us so many things. So I'll just want to thank some of the people who have been behind this conference for making this conference a success. On behalf of CurryLeaf, I thank all the speakers and panelists for their wonderful talks and for sharing their experiences and insights with all of us. We learned a lot from them. We would like to thank MTTS Trust for supporting CurryLeaf from the very beginning. We thank Professor Satya and Professor J Jayanthan. They have been our advisors, and whenever we needed some thing, they helped us from the very beginning. Bhaba Sir, Santanam Sir, Ajit Sir, and Dr. Vikram, Dr. Anand, all of them helped us a lot and supported us in this. So we thank them. Dr. Chandrasekharan and Dr. Vishnu helped us in setting up the Zoom and YouTube. So thanks a lot to them. Professor Kumaresan, Kalai Ma'am and their family, thanks a lot to you for supporting us from the very beginning of, when we thought about this event. Especially Kalai Ma'am, she helped us a lot in arranging everything. And finally, all the invitees today and all the participants of this conference, CurryLeaf Days 2021. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I end here. Yeah, over to you, Chaitanya.
Thank you, sir. At the end, I would just like to say that all this 4 days event was such an amazing event. And I would like to thank Professor Kumaresan especially and all the other teachers, organizers for supporting us. We look forward to working with you, Kumaresan Sir, and maybe we will meet you in person in the next MTTS.
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you very, very much. I really appreciate this.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Chaitanya. We extend our gratitude to all of you for being a part of CurryLeaf Days, and we hope to see you all in our future events. We are rolling out a feedback form, and you will find the link in the chat. So please fill up those forms and give your feedback regarding the programs. Thank you very, very much for joining this. We wish you a very happy Diwali and a prosperous New Year. Stay safe and good night.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. Bye.